Always use your own discernment when listening. These general readings are not a one-size-fits-all. Ultimately, you are the final say, so take what applies and leave the rest. With that being said, let's get started. All right, pile number 1. So what I see here is a healing period coming up for you. Whether you're going through it right now or it's coming up for you in the near future, I see an opportunity for change. And this is going to be a new perspective, a new way of doing things. And for many of you, the healing process is going to be very different than what you're used to as well. I think a majority of you in this pile are very connected to Gaia. And so this healing phase may have been triggered by a solstice, an equinox, a portal, or even an eclipse. So it's very possible that whatever is coming up to be healed right now may not have had a trigger. And for others of you, it's being reflected in your environment at this time. But I think for many of you in this pile, you're being asked to heal in a very different manner than what you're used to. Many of you have a very dominant energy to you, dominant feminine or dominant masculine energy that you're very efficient at. But now it's time to take a look at the other side. Some of you are being asked to heal your masculine energy, and the energy that's coming up to be healed is attached to action, and they will only come up through action. And you're being required to feel the emotions through the action itself. And others of you have a very strong masculine energy, but you may have pushed aside your feminine energy. And that is our connection to other people as well as the self. And when we don't heal that feminine energy, we become very reactive to others around us. And so it's important to be able to embody both energies so that we have the action to move forward in life, but we have the compassion for ourselves and other people as well. But many of you in this pile have been avoiding the other aspect, and you're being asked to heal that at this time. This is extremely hard, especially if this is deeply ingrained, and these tend to come up around these periods of astrological shifts. There's a reminder here that if you spent a lot of time healing your masculine or your feminine side, and you jump into the other side to heal, that's when you're really going to start seeing your roots grow. Your soul chose to specifically heal one at a time, healing your feminine first and move into your masculine, or healing your masculine first and move into your feminine. But at some point in our journey, we hit a wall on how much we can evolve without embodying the other. And I think for many of you, that's exactly what's happening here. So it's time to learn about the other side of yourself, the self that you have suppressed in some way, shape, or form. And that's going to completely balance you. Because someone in a leadership position can go so far with action, but if they don't have the compassion and the self-reflection for themselves and for other people, they're going to hit a brick wall. And for those of you that are the master of your emotions in connecting to other people, but you don't take action towards your dreams and your goals and your ideas, then there's only so far you can go. And so you may need some extra assistance from things like sound healing, Reiki, meditation, subconscious healing, to give you a little push through the healing process. But as you move through the difficult energies, just make sure that you're taking the time to acknowledge them, to accept them, and to allow it to purge. So that is all I have for you, pile number 1. I hope this resonated with you, and if it did, I will catch you in the next video. Bye. Always use your own discernment when listening. These general readings are not a one-size-fits-all. Ultimately, you are the final say, so take what applies and leave the rest. With that being said, let's get started. Hi there, pile number 2. So what I see here is a connection. This connection could be romantic, but it could also be someone in your family or a very close friend. And it looks like there are difficulties in this connection. The difficulties are coming up for a reason, and you're meant to take a closer look at it. I do feel like that this connection is going to have a breakthrough in a good way, but there's a lot of restrictions at place in this connection, and it's time to get those restrictions out on the table. So these emotions are supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to bring whatever it is out on the table, whatever spirit wants to bring out. It is hindering you. Although I don't like the choice of words that's coming through, I can't deny that these are valid feelings that could come up in a connection. You may have a very deep understanding of your own insecurities, who you are, and you may realize that these emotions that are coming up are from the past and may not be relevant to whatever's going on today. Or you feel the word is coming through as petty. You may feel petty about yourself and the emotions that are coming up because of your level of awareness. While your level of awareness is great, it's getting in the way of valid emotions. This is giving me the feeling of jealousy. The predominant feeling in the collective right now might actually be jealousy, and you understand that the jealousy is your own lack, and so you push it away. This also may be the level of acceptance that you want someone to have for you, but you understand that that insecurity also comes from lack of acceptance of yourself. But there's something here about communicating your emotions anyway, because the other person that you're having these emotions with doesn't have the full view of what's going on with you. They need to be aware of these emotions, because even if you think that is lack within yourself, doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be appreciated in the way that you receive. And in turn, you're embracing a new level of vulnerability and accepting this is how I feel. Even though I know this is from an insecurity, you can express that too. And what you might find are two people willing to work together to make sure that you feel appreciated, or vice versa, if this is describing another person and what you see in them. But regardless, there's someone here that needs to know how you feel. It's an opportunity for them to see the whole picture too. And when you get through this challenge, your relationship with this person can start reflecting in a co-creative kind of way, where both of you can work on coming in union with each other in a way that meets both worlds. To not keep these emotions in just because you have a higher level of awareness, but because you deserve to be heard, because you deserve to be felt, because you deserve to be understood, all of you, even the so-called petty parts. This other person needs the missing key, and you have it. Whatever it is that needs to come out in the open, you have the missing key, and the other person needs it. It's very possible that this other person is internalizing because they don't understand the full picture. So this opportunity that's clearing is meant to build a stronger foundation for this relationship, regardless if it's platonic or romantic. So allow your emotions to come through, express them in a mature way, without accusing, without blaming. It's not exactly about what the other person did wrong. It's about letting the other person know how you feel and how to move forward, and making sure that all pieces of the information is on the table for everybody to look at, so that we can get out of this energy of bottled up emotions and into a vulnerable and healing state for the two of you moving forward. So that is all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope this helped and resonated with you. And if it did, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Always use your own discernment when listening. These general readings are not a one-size-fits-all. Ultimately, you are the final say, so take what applies and leave the rest. With that being said, let's get started. So pile number 2, I see 2 individuals here, 2 separate energies that are learning from each other. I feel this is a very divinely guided connection, and it has to be, because this other person feels fated. It's someone that you were supposed to meet on your path, and you're meant to learn a lot from this person, and if not a lot, something very important. However, the problem with this connection is they feel dangerous to you. They feel dangerous in a sense that they may not be your everyday people that you hang around with. They may have different belief systems. They may have opposing views. And that's exactly why they're being placed in your path. Because there's something that you need to see. Something that you need to confront. And it may very well shatter a part of you because of something that is deeply ingrained that you need to look at. But I feel here that this person is bringing up conflict for you because it's all about ego versus intuition and which one is right. Should I trust this person? Should I learn from them? Maybe what you wanted to learn from them is not exactly what you wanted to learn from them. But Spirit is saying very strongly for this pile, if you were led here, that there is some important information for both of you to see in this connection. This is an equal exchange of information. And if you trust your intuition and not exactly what life has taught you up until this point, you may find out that this connection, you two are very much alike. You just chose 2 different paths. And for whatever reason, your soul is guiding you to this person to learn about the other path. And it doesn't mean that you have to completely conform your ways and your beliefs, but it's asking you to expand upon what you know. This is about choosing your intuition over your conditioning and surrendering to the healing that needs to be done that is keeping you at a distance from this person. The current energy that's being portrayed here is that you're looking at all the negatives. That's all you see. Maybe Spirit is asking you to see the positives of this person and where they come from and why they made the choices that they did. And you may find that when you listen to their story or even learn some skills from this person, that there's something valuable here for you, something that's going to allow you to grow and expand and vice versa. So don't judge a book by its cover, pile number 3. So that you can truly see what your intuition is trying to show you. Something that your intuition already knows, but you have to experience it at a human level. And for some of you, this is going to unlock a past life for you. This is going to unlock a skill for you. This is going to unlock something about you that you need to know about yourself. And through this connection, both of you are stepping in a new direction. Both of you are going to take something from this connection, and it's going to shift you onto a new path. And this new path doesn't mean a complete 180, because I feel like for this pile, everything that you learned up until now is beneficial, but you need to expand. You need to see the other side. And this connection is going to allow you to do that. I'm getting for many of you, because this is fated, this is soul family. They might not be here for the same purpose as you, but they came to teach you about your path. So surrender to the divine and allow this to flow, and you will have great rewards from this connection. So that is all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope this resonated with you, and if it did, I will catch you in the next video. Bye. Always use your own discernment when listening. These general readings are not a one-size-fits-all. Ultimately, you are the final say, so take what applies and leave the rest. With that being said, let's get started. Hi, pile number 4. So You are just now stepping into an energy where you are realizing why you had to go through everything you did up until now. And you're stepping into a time where the cycle that you came out of, the cycle that you're finishing up, and for many of you, this wasn't just one cycle. This was a lot of cycles coming to an end and coming full circle on who you are and what you came here to do. And so now I see you taking everything that you've learned up until this point and creating something out of it. This is a new branch of your purpose, and you're realizing that the pain you went through wasn't for nothing. For most of you, this is going to be a collaboration of some sort. For a small select of you, you have learned everything to be able to pull this project off by yourself. But for most of you, this is going to be collaboration with someone else. This is going to be a very busy time for you, and it's going to be very rapid paced. If you are not collaborating with someone else, there's a possibility that you're creating something to help others go through what you have just come out of. This project, this collaboration is going to open up many opportunities for you going forward, because I don't feel like this is the end-all be-all for most of you. This is just a stepping stone. And even though you are coming full circle with the last couple of phases, this is the start of another full circle where you're going to find out how this project is going to play a part in something bigger. But for right now, the main focus is celebrating your achievements, because quite frankly, what I'm seeing here is not very many people make it out of this full circle. Many people continue the circle, and that's something to be celebrated. You're walking into one of your best timelines, so cherish every moment of it. There is so much here for you to experience and to enjoy. And for some of you, this is about facing your past and fully accepting where you came from. And for many of you, you're going to see that in the people that you work with. So as I close off this message, I'm being asked to close off with a particular phrase. Congratulations, you did it. And if you feel drawn to, go take a look and watch or rewatch the movie Legally Blonde, because that's the exact energy that I'm feeling here for you, pal number 4. So that is all I have for you today. I hope this helped and resonated with you. And if it did, I will catch you in the next video. Bye. Always use your own discernment when listening. These general readings are not a one-size-fits-all. Ultimately, you are the final say, so take what applies and leave the rest. With that being said, let's get started. Hi there, pile number 5. So, this particular pile, I feel, is destined to be a master of their trade. Now, where you are on this path is going to differ for all of you, but you came here to be a master of your trade. But for many of you, your trade is changing, and you are being asked to be open-minded to the changes at this time. It may require a career shift. It may require a career change. You may be embarking at the very beginning of this career, and you have no knowledge of it, but you are called to this specific career to be a master of it. But the biggest message here is be open to change and allow yourself to flow through this change, and do not give up on yourself. New information can be hard, especially if the new information is not accepted yet. And to be careful if you've been in this trade for a while and you're considered a professional already, because you very well may be the leading front of this change. And the changes that are happening during this time, no matter how hard it is to push through it, because whatever this change is going to protect you during the times of change, when your profession changes. And I'm going to give a couple of specific examples here. This is, for example, a teacher that has been teaching for 20 years. And there may be an upcoming change in the way that education is moving to support children of all learning types. And it may not be supported by the current standards. You may be a part of that change. You may be diving into very difficult computer systems and being asked to join a particular organization or go take classes in a particular area to advance yourself in a career that maybe you didn't think you were going into, but it's going to protect you during changing times. And you may find out that you're extremely talented in this career. You may be the owner of a corporation one day, and you're being asked to start from the bottom so you know what it's like to be at the bottom and work your way up. Whatever the case is here for this pile, you were meant to expand and go through the difficulties of learning what comes with this profession, even if it's hard, even if you want to give up at times. But the hardship now, it's going to pay off in the long run. There are some of you in this pile that is in a profession, and it's something that you absolutely love, but you're not liking the energy in it, and you're wanting to move into clearer waters. And if this part resonates for you, hang in there, because the hardship is needed for you to be in clearer waters later on. This is asking you to expand what you came here to do and be careful of societal expectations that is currently embedded into the career path, because deep down, I feel you know what's true. And if you haven't gotten to that realization yet, you may be ruminating on a particular area that needs a deeper look. The hardship that you're going through right now is preparing you for a better future. And Spirit is saying to trust that. Many of you in this pile are leading the shift for change, and it requires certain individuals of certain mindsets to be pushed to the top. And if your mindset is correct and you're doing what you're doing because you love the profession, you love the people that you're helping, you love helping people grow in whatever it is that you came here to do, and you have a pure heart about it, you will be pushed to the front by Spirit. For many of you, whatever this transition is for your career, that this is going to be quick, and the information that you gain here in this moment is going to be valuable, and it's going to make you stand out. Because as everything falls apart, most likely many of you in this pile are going to have the solution because you've already been there. And there's something coming through here about protecting the children of the next generation, setting a path for them to do what they came here to do. Many of the children that have been born recently came here to do really big things, and many of them may be your own children. But as it stands now, the path has not been set for them. And many of you in this pile are setting that path up for them so that they are in a safe space to do what they came here to do. So keep going, pile number 5. You're on the right track. Be careful of falling into social conditioning and the egoic patterns of, I already know everything. And if that is you, I want to just put this out there that that's normal human pattern. It's part of our survival of the fittest instinct that we have, but it's better for you to be aware of it. It's not here to shame you. It's just here for awareness, and that every human being goes through that at some point in their life. Don't be afraid to expand on what you know. So that is all I have for you, pile number 5. I hope this resonated with you, and if it did, I will catch you in the next video.